The last Planned Parenthood remaining in the state of Louisiana closed its door today in New Orleans. The president of Planned Parenthood Gulf Coast says the decision was forced by, quote, relentless political assaults. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Kati Weis live for us from New Orleans. Kati, what can you tell us about these closures?
Yeah, good evening. Planned Parenthood calls today's closures another, quote, devastating blow that is just another example of compounding political attacks that have dismantled public health infrastructure and blocked patients from care. Now, earlier today, I was able to speak with the New Orleans Health Department Director of Disease Prevention. She says that they first learned about these closures about a month ago and ever since have been trying to prepare for this gap in coverage for the tens of thousands of people in the city who relied on that clinic. Take a listen.
Planned Parenthood New Orleans did not provide any abortion services in its entire existence. And so this was really about the loss of family planning services and STI and other sexual and reproductive health services.
Now, I want to give you some really important stats. According to data from Planned Parenthood, the clinic served about 16,000 people last year alone just for sexually transmitted infection treatment, and also almost 9,000 people were served at that clinic here in New Orleans for family planning, things like birth control and pregnancy testing. And again, that facility, while it was a target of several federal policies against abortion, did not conduct any abortions there. Liz?
And Kati, Louisiana has banned abortions in nearly all cases in that state. So how does this impact people seeking health care from other states?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with a new California law that is now allowing doctors to send abortion pills in the mail anonymously, it will be interesting to see how that would play out with things here in Louisiana, where that very much bans that kind of medication in most cases. Now, experts also tell me that that's likely going to be something that plays out in the Supreme Court. But nationwide, Planned Parenthood says that about 200 clinics across 24 states are in jeopardy of closures, just like the one today, as a result of these federal policy changes. And New Orleans is also likely at risk of having some more issues as a result of these changes here. Now, the New Orleans Health Department said that the concerns from these closures will just really ultimately cause confusion for many patients all across the country. Take a listen.
Our concern just is that there will be confusion. There'll be confusion about what's legal and what's not legal, and what patients can ask for and what they can't ask for. But we want patients to know that other services that they need, contraception, IUDs, other services that can help them have safe and healthy pregnancies or to avoid pregnancy if they don't want to become pregnant, that those are still legal, available, and readily accessible to them should they need it.
Now, Planned Parenthood did send me a written statement earlier today, and they added that while they won't be able to be a part of providing future options for people here in the city, they know that many other stakeholders are, just like the City of New Orleans Health Department, which is putting several resources on their website for people who may be confused and looking for new care options. But Planned Parenthood also said in their statement, the need does remain urgent and this fight is not over. Liz?
Kati Weis, thank you so much.